Fractions can seem intimidating, but at their core, they're simply a way to represent parts of a whole. Whether you're dividing a pizza, measuring ingredients, or reading a ruler, fractions are everywhere. A fraction has two parts. The top number is called the numerator, and it tells you how many parts you have. The bottom number is the denominator, and it tells you how many equal parts make up the whole. For example, if you have 3 out of 4 equal slices of pizza, that's written as 3/4, or 3/4. The numerator is 3, the denominator is 4. Fractions aren't just for food. They can represent portions of shapes, parts of a set of objects, or segments of a distance. Some fractions are bigger than others. 1/2 or 1/2 is bigger than 1/4 or 1/4 because 1/2 gives you more of the whole. Equivalent fractions are different-looking fractions that represent the same value. For example, 1/2 is the same as 2/4 or 4/8. You can find equivalent fractions by multiplying or dividing both the numerator and denominator by the same number. Simplifying a fraction means reducing it to its simplest form while keeping the value the same. For example, 6/8 simplifies to 3/4 by dividing both numbers by 2. When the numerator is bigger than the denominator, you have what's called an improper fraction. For example, 5/3 means you have more than one whole. You can rewrite this as a mixed number, in this case, 1 2/3. Adding fractions is simple if they have the same denominator. Just add the numerators and keep the denominator. For example, 2/8 plus 3/8 equals 5/8. When the denominators are different, you need a common denominator. For example, 1/4 plus 1/6 becomes 3/12 plus 2/12, which equals 5/12. Subtracting fractions works the same way. Make sure the denominators are the same, then subtract the numerators. To multiply fractions, multiply the numerators together, and then the denominators together. For example, 2/3 times 3/4 equals 6/12, which simplifies to 1/2. To divide fractions, flip the second fraction upside down and multiply. For example, 2/3 divided by 4/5 becomes 2/3 times 5/4, which equals 10/12 or 5/6 after simplifying. Fractions can also be shown on a number line. This makes it easy to compare which fraction is bigger or smaller. For example, 3/4 is further to the right than 2/4, so it's larger. Mixed numbers like 1 and 1/2 are also shown on number lines. 1 whole plus the fraction part. Fractions are everywhere in real life. In cooking, you might measure 3/4 cup of sugar. In construction, you might cut a piece of wood to 5/8 of an inch. Even in sports, a player's batting average is a fraction, like 3/10. Fractions are a building block for more advanced math, including ratios, percentages, and algebra. If you understand fractions well, these topics become much easier. Here are a few tips. 1. Always remember the numerator is the how many, and the denominator is the out of how many. 2. Practice using real objects, food, measuring cups, or even coins. 3. Use visuals like pie charts or number lines to compare fractions. Let's review. Numerator, parts you have. Denominator, total parts in the whole. Fractions can be equivalent or simplified. You can add, subtract, multiply, and divide fractions. Fractions appear everywhere in daily life. Once you understand fractions, they stop being confusing and start becoming a useful tool you'll use all the time. If this helped you, like and subscribe for more easy-to-follow math lessons.